Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Tonight's video I'm going to be planting out potatoes. I have one potato video from last year. I'm going to do things a little different this year. Last year I just drilled holes and I put them down like 6 to 8 inches deep. This year I'm just going to do a trench, not as deep. I'm going to try to get around 4 inches, and then I'm going to layer a bunch of hay and straw on top of here after they grow a little bit. That way you don't have to go as deep, so the sun's not hitting the potatoes if they poke through. But anyway, I'm just trenching out a line here. Like I said, try to get like 4 inches deep or so, maybe a little deeper, because I'm going to add some compost in. Finally get the potatoes in the ground. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Tomorrow I plan on getting the rest of the garden planted out. Corn's popping up. I gotta love that. First time growing corn, and there's probably 150 seeds in that little area there. So anyway, now I'm just going to sprinkle a little compost in each hole here. Or in the trench, I should say. Don't need much. Don't want to overdo it. I'm just going to give that a little mix in. And then I'm going to lay out some fertilizer in there. I'm not going to measure for the potatoes. I'm just going to give a good few handfuls. I will come back and fertilize the potatoes one more time, and that I usually do that when they start to flower. Now I'm going to try to do 10 potatoes in a row here. Try to get them so the little roots starting out are facing up. These are Kennebec potatoes. They are my favorite ones to grow. And that's one row. I will do the same thing. Trench another. Now that my body weight is compacting the soil, not a good thing, but it is what it is. Maybe in the meantime, camera lady can go show you a few things happening in the garden. Little update. So in one other videos, I talked about that onions are biennial, so they flower every other year. And those are bunching onions or green onions or table onions. I've heard it all. So I'm going to try to save seeds off of those this year. I've never saved onion seeds. I don't know how tricky it is, but we are going to try. Yeah, I guess we got some radishes harvested today. And that's another thing with new gardeners. If you feel like it's not worth your time and effort if you feel like it's just cheaper to go to the store, potatoes here isn't the most You know, they don't give you the bang for your buck as a lot of like tomatoes do, but they are fun to grow, easy to grow. But I just first started out just planting and growing a garden, and then after a few years I wanted to try to save more money, so then we started buying seed packs and starting our own seeds indoors, which that's a big saver, starting your own seeds. And then after a couple years of doing that, now I'm trying to expand into saving more seeds, which I've only saved a few. I've saved some cucumber, peppers, beans. Beans, if you're a new gardener, beans are the easiest thing to grow. Green beans, the easiest to grow and the easiest to save seeds from, in my opinion. Oh yeah, we did plant. My wife bought an eggplant from the nursery a few weeks back. We've never grown eggplant. We don't even know if we like eggplant. I've never ate eggplant. But that's the fun of gardening. Trying new things. You never know what you're going to like and not like until you try it. So the other day I noticed, those are red onions that she's showing you now. I noticed that they were getting eaten. They were just dying. And I've never had ants chew my onions apart, but they are out in full force this year. So I just mixed up some sugar and borax and some water, and it seems to be doing the trick right now. I don't see any new plants getting mauled apart, but if I see a problem right away early in the season, I will try to fix that problem. My soil's getting too compacted. So, anyway, I got the two rows of Kennebecs, 10 potatoes in each row. Next will be the reds. Hopefully next year, well, there will be 2 more raised beds here, and that will finish out what we want to do. Now you don't have to mound potatoes. So you can find a lot of different information on potatoes and a lot of people saying different things about potatoes, where if you keep mounding them up, it'll grow more potatoes. There are actually, just like tomatoes, there actually is indeterminate and determinate potatoes. So most of the varieties that you get around here that I like are determinate. So they're just going to grow potatoes around, you know, the seed potato. So you can hill it all you want. It's not going to send off new runners as you go up and get more potatoes. Now there are some indeterminates that will shoot off new runners as you hill them up, but you just have to do some research. You will find different answers from everybody on it. I don't grow Kennebec and These reds here are supposed to be determinate. So the hilling is mainly for keeping moisture in there and for keeping the potatoes buried. Because if you have a potato peek through and that sun hits it, it just turns it green. And the green part is no. I mean, the potato's still fine. You can cut the green part off and eat the rest. But there's a lot of people I see and talk to around here that have kept mounting potatoes and their yield didn't change. And I can tell them all I want, but if they heard it from somebody else before me. So I don't know the exact variety, if these are like Norland Reds or Pontiac Reds. I don't know which one they are. But so I have some potatoes like here. These are potatoes from in this garden from last year. So I'm gonna try planting them out. You don't, if you get the long, I don't know if you call this a root, stem, whatever, you don't want to cut that off. I'm just going to curl it up in there, lay it in there. But I'm gonna give planting some potatoes that grew in here last year a try. But that's pretty much it for planting potatoes. I don't want to bore you guys anymore, but I should have a whole day of filming tomorrow. Like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beds to plant out with peppers, tomatoes, melons, zucchini. What am I forgetting? Pumpkins are in a different garden. I did make a boo-boo this year though. When I was planting seeds indoors, I ran out of time or just didn't want to do it, but I didn't plant cucumbers. And I knew I didn't plant cucumbers. And I told myself I would do it the next day or the following weekend. I didn't do it. So, under this net here, this trellis, I just planted cucumber seeds, and they're just going to have to be a little behind everything else, but they should catch up and be fine. So I usually don't make that mistake. But I will be excited after tomorrow if this is all done. Maybe I don't get it all planted tomorrow, which is Saturday. I can finish on Sunday, but by the end of the weekend, everything should be planted out. And you will see how I do peppers, tomatoes, and whatnot. So, and then obviously, I'll leave you with covering them up and watering them in, which you should always do. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a good night. Bye.